Today's opener is going to be very similar to the quiz that you're going to take following the opener. The first thing I'd like you to do on the opener is go ahead and scratch out the date of 12/7 and replace it with the date of 12/11. The next thing I want you to do is put an X through the area that says check your answer. We're not going to worry about checking our answers. Today's quiz is over solving equations with multiple variables part 2. So you need to refer to that note sheet. Anytime that we're solving equations, we always start the same by circling our variables and drawing our line of equality. After we circle our variables and draw our line of equality, we're going to look at our note sheet and it's going to say simplify each side of the equation. You do that by first seeing if you can distribute. So you're going to look at your left side of your equation and ask, can you distribute the numbers on your left side? The answer is no. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring down the 5n plus 4. Then I'm going to look to the right side of my equation and see if I can distribute on my right side. The answer is yes, I can distribute using the 2. So I'm going to take the 2 times n and the 2 times -7. And I'm going to get 2n minus 14. The next step then, after I distribute, is to see if I can combine like terms. I'm going to look on my left side. Nope, can't combine like terms. I'm going to look on my right side of my equation. Nope, can't combine like terms. So I'm finished with step 1. I'm going to move on down to step 2. Step 2 is our new rule or our new step that we're going to do, which means we need to get the variables on the same side of the line of equality. I do that by picking on the little guy. The little guy in this particular equation is 2n. So I'm going to subtract 2n from both sides to get the variables on the same side. So on my left side, I'm going to have 3n plus 4 equals, those cancel, -14. Then my final step is to solve as usual, meaning I'm going to get the variable by itself, so I subtract 4 from both sides. Watch your negatives. I'm going to have 3n, -14 minus 4 will be -18. To get the n by itself, I divide each side by 3. -18 divided by 3 is going to equal -6. The biggest thing that I can tell you guys is to watch your negatives. Okay, backside. Backside is going to be the exact same thing. It's just going to be a bit of a longer problem. So I start by circling my variables. Draw my line of equality. Next, I simplify each side of the equation. I start doing that by seeing if I can distribute. I can distribute on my left side with the -2. So I'm going to take that -2 times the numbers in the parentheses. But I'm going to first bring down my 5h because I can't do anything with that yet and I don't want to forget about it. Then I'm going to distribute -2 times 2h to get -4h. Then I'm going to distribute -2 times +3 to get -6. And then I go to my right side of the equation, and I start by distributing on the right side as well. So I'm going to take 2 times h to get 2h, and 2 times -7 to get -14, and then I'm going to bring down that +6. After I distribute, I go back to my left side, and I see if I can combine like terms. Well, here I have 5h and -4h that are like terms. So 5h minus 4h is 1h minus 6. Now, do you really need a +1 in front of the variable? No, you don't. So I'm going to get rid of that. That's going to, well, actually, you know what I like? We're going to leave that there because it's going to be helpful in just a second. I'm going to go to my right side. I'm going to combine like terms on my right side. My like terms on my right side are -14 plus 6. Now, I'm always going to bring my number with the variable down first, and then I'm going to take -14 plus 6 to get -8. New step is I'm going to pick on the little guy. This is why I wanted to keep that 1h there, because the little guy, 1h and 2h, is going to be that 1h. So I'm going to subtract 1h from both sides to get the variables to the same side of the line of equality. My left side, I bring down my -6, and on my right side, 2h minus 1h will be 1h, and then I bring down my -8. Now here, because I'm now ready to solve as usual, here's where I can get rid of that +1. I don't need it anymore. So if I solve as usual, it's going to be a one-step equation since I don't have a number in front of the variable anymore. So to get the variable by itself, the opposite of -8 is +8. And then I'm going to take -6 plus 8 to get +2. and that's going to equal h.